I was pretty surprised to read recently of a report showing that women who suffer from chronic pain, 70% reported having some sort of traumatic experience in their childhood. And of women who have fibromyalgia, the number's even higher. It's 90% of women with fibromyalgia in this study reported having a traumatic childhood incident. So if you are experiencing chronic pain and you're thinking, I wonder if that has something to do with a trauma that I suffered in my childhood, and if so, what can I do about it now to help myself feel better? I have 3 suggestions for you. The first is to recognize that it may in fact be related to an experience from childhood and to do something about it. See if you can dig into the root of the problem. In that study, more than half of the women said that they didn't feel like their pain at all correlated to their childhood trauma. But the numbers suggest that maybe they are related. So you acknowledge it and you work on getting to the root of that childhood trauma, and maybe it'll help your pain. Second, it may help you to work on that mind-body connection. Build it up in certain ways. Massage, yoga, acupuncture, mindful meditation. You've probably heard of all these things and want to do them to build your internal resistance. But if you've got chronic pain, it may actually help you even more than the average person. And finally, in my research on the giving prescription, I delved really into the basis of trauma and how do we heal from trauma. And it turns out one of the great ways to put a bow on that healing process is to help other people. It's a good way to just round out the healing process and finish it up. So once you've done those other 2 steps, maybe it's time for you to help other people. If you've read the giving prescription, you know what that process looks like. So we acknowledge that there may be a connection between childhood trauma and chronic pain as an adult. We try and work on that mind-body connection, and then we reach out to help other people in the hopes that giving ourselves that psychological boost will help our physical bodies feel better. We don't know how all of these things work together. We don't know the link between childhood trauma and chronic pain or why it works that way, but the numbers seem to suggest that if you're suffering from chronic pain, it may be related to a childhood trauma, but there's still something that you can do about it today.